He's played a lone hand. They've been well spread between Port's main men in there. Led by Scott Lysette in the ruck. He wins the tap. Parrish first hands on, but second hands, most decisive hands were Wines. Burne-Jones through that. The free kick is going Essendon's way.
Darcy Parrish has only had 2 touches for the game, boys. Didn't touch it in the second quarter. He started in the middle there.
Hampton McGrath, he wanted to release it by hands. You can see Port have some extra numbers back. Whether to jump, Cox wasn't quite so sure. Butters at the front.
He's playing it.
He's in the goal square.
Play on.
Smith targets him with Hooker.
Pushing it back. Port Adelaide.
Ones though that Peter Wright can't be getting out marked in. It's up in the air. His job is to at the very least, make it a 50-50 and get the ball to hit the deck.
Yeah, good observation, Rui. Looks like he needs some help. Orazio. He wanted to wind up, but then he saw Robbie Gray. And
Jace, the ability for Port Adelaide.
Hands off to Bergman. An interesting decision. It ends with Hartlett. He takes his turn.
I think he falconed himself. Mitch Georgiades went the big hanger and popped it right in the forehead.
Still out there, but McDonald, Tippermuti. He had Caldwell on short, but this is why he kicked it long, because Hooker was waiting, willing himself on it was Jonas. Hooker got a little fancy. Maybe too much so. Waited till the run was provided from behind. Dersma throws the head back, gets the free advantage. Storming forward, Burne-Jones. And that results in another opportunity inside 50. Georgiades.
Let's nearly play on. He half went, and Nick Hines saying that. He nearly went again.
Exciting, high-flying, tall forward who can kick a long goal. What a team to watch they are. A little bit going on in the afters.
Let's go square.
Mitch Georgiades puts through his career equal 3 goals in a game.
He might want to fight in his own weight break, Andrew McGrath.
Orazio enjoying his first encounter. Get him in a difficult position. Fantasia circling. Tackle on Caldwell. Oh,
gone.
And he will relish that Fantasia. He wanted to be a Port Adelaide player, and he's home.
Best smile for football, hasn't he? You can see McGrath was involved in that. He had a handful of...
That's not Butters' best kick.
It's his first mistake.
Smith was trying to rectify it, but McDonald Tippermuti's hands were quick enough. Merritt inside and pops it for Hooker, who can run on. Just for a moment, he would have been a little concerned. He's just about been their sole source up forward.
Kick back into the corridor. Here it is. There's the turnover. And that does leave your defensive 50 exposed.
Go square.
They've got options. They've got numbers. And it's a well-weighted kick from Merritt.
Pretty keen to get on the end of it here, Dylan.
Yeah, he didn't want a handball.
Duck, that was his prior opportunity.
The closest umpire ticked it off. It was out of control, out of zone umpire that made the call. Butters back to Amon. He's lining up. He just caresses it, but misses. Ham, and they find their way through. Now an opportunity for Caldwell. Driving kick. Shield, can he take this one? No, they came for him at the back. McDonald, Tippermuti. Jonas couldn't stop it. Couldn't put a halt to the momentum, and Essendon have kicked 2 in a row.
They're out of the contest, and it's McDonald Tippermuti that keeps his feet and reads the fall of the ball.
It's a few times they've been able to get out the back now, the Bombers, particularly in this quarter. They've looked really dangerous.
Who's up? 8 feet. Boys.
Jai Caldwell involved in that link-up. He's had 9 kicks and he's 10 disposed. Finding they're going it a bit tough second up. Harry Jones. All good experience for him. Hartlett on the advance. Dixon, a powerful force. Takes the mark. Already with 3 goals, Charlie Dixon. Now he's got 4.
Mark taken on the flank here. Everyone knows he's going to handball it to Hartlett, and the bloke on the mark can't do anything. He's just got to sit there, let it unfold. It must be frustrating as a player.
Yeah, it's good. But you've got the same opportunities at the other end of the ground too.
True.
So it's a level playing field. But it's opened this stuff up. We've got leading forwards coming at the player again.
Fantastic.
He's asking himself the question, Hine, did I really need to put myself in that position then?
Thrust the other way, but Farrell and Motlop, a 40-metre handball. The crowd warned Dixon. Wines with the choice kick. And Georgiades. Oh, it's some sort of show they're putting on.
Because I might just get used this second time. This is the first time when he's running along next to Motlop and could have been used, particularly here when he could have drawn him and popped it over the top and didn't. But then he got his opportunity the second time around. So here he puts his head down and he goes. Charlie Dixon does the right thing, brings him into the game. And that's a clever kick.
Through the middle to Motlop. He's been lively in this quarter. His ninth disposal. Dixon. He doesn't want to be overshadowed by the young fella. They're big boots, but he doesn't quite fill them completely with that kick.
Oh, the way Adelaide are going too, Hutto, the showdown is going to be a pretty hot ticket this year.
Yes, but poked a hole through for Butters. Dixon again, too big. Oh, front on is okay for Ham. Fantasia's got one. He has a off in this quarter. But now a couple of injuries as well. Fantasia long, Laverde, good early preparation as that one arrived. And talking all about it. 56 points between the two teams as we start. So Peter Wright is the main ruckman now for what's left for the Bombers. Parrish scrambled the kick forward. Cale Hooker, been a good source of goals. He got a handball out that time. McDonald, Tip and Woody. He certainly tried hard and played his part with a couple of goals.
Holding the ball.
Something at the start of this last quarter. As I mentioned, played just the one game for Port Adelaide, which began his AFL career. He's making a good fist of his second crack at the bomb.
Just goes to ground and takes possession, dragged it in.
Might be a bit unlucky. I think he tripped over the bodies rather than dived on the ball. But once it gets trapped underneath you, you know you're in a bit of trouble.
He could easily miss a few weeks with that.
It's a wonderful profit of doom, Mark Prosciutto, isn't it?
Oh, just giving you the facts.
Good on you, mate.
How do you think the share market's going to go, Roo?
Up.
Shield threading the handball. Ham and Snelling combining nicely.
Yeah, just got pulled apart there, the Port Adelaide defenders.
And he saw something he liked, and it's young Cox. Picture of concentration for his first goal in AFL football. That will do for Nick Cox, and the charge is on to get near him.
Two goals makes, and centre bounce clearances in particular. You get an opportunity to dictate what's happening with the flow of the ball.
And it gives the Essendon fans a glimpse and something to work with to Jonas. Scrappy kick from Jonas. It was loose, and Smith pounced on it and hits the post. Over to Merritt. Shield tried to roll with the tackle. He'll be penalised. No. Wow. Oh, no.
He's holding the left.
Oh, no.
Let's hope it's not.
Hopefully he's okay.
He's holding that left knee, isn't he? Favouring it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's limping.
Yeah, might have just got trapped at the start of the tackle. Just leveraged into the grass.
McDonald, Tip and Woody looks up. It's even numbers ahead. Snelling thought about giving to Parrish. Instead, he plays to a one-on-one, but Essendon's won. Cale Hooker was behind, and he hurt his hand there.
Yeah, he's hurt his finger, and he didn't stand still when he was told to. But the kick from Ham wasn't to his advantage, unfortunately. I wonder if he's popped a finger.
Yeah. There might not be anyone left to attend to him. They're that busy down there on the bench. You have to put it back in himself.
Might be further up the hand he's favouring there.
He's been pinged for jumping around. It's like, umpire, mate, my finger's just popped out. I'm jumping around because I'm trying to get my finger back in.
I hope that's all it was. Right?
Now they've got to go to work. Cox. Hine, he's just about hatched that.
Didn't dive on it. Knocked him onto it. Didn't
dive on it. We knocked him onto it.
Dixon saying, what about Ryan Burton at the other end? Cale Hooker staying out there. Not too many can come back and replace him. Houston takes the choice shots. They can come from anywhere and anybody.
And just punched it through. Stand and deliver sort of stuff.
He's an under.
Hey, guys, one in. Peter. Here we go. Side.
It's the other one. Snelling and Ham.
Yours.
Collaborated nicely together a couple of times this quarter. Jones, he did all the good work.
They're drawing the footy in the narrow pocket. It's where you want to try to use the space as much as possible to your advantage as a forward.
More experience to help him out. Donald Tippenwoody from 35 metres out guides it cleverly through for his third goal.
I mean, no surprise in this last term that they've been able to sort of...
And Charlie, oh, he dropped it. Tumbling through, he's not out of it yet. Lines. Lysette. And he was at West Coast. And he's just caressed that through for a goal. Oh. A tough afternoon, an early evening for Essendon fans, and that is not going to make them feel any better. Dylan Shield has been a prominent player today and is obviously a huge part of their midfield. Looks like he's going to be missing for a while. Francis led Dixon to the ball. Wrigley straight away had a mind to work back across goal. Sun an issue.
He stood up and looked at the umpire and was ready to stand the mark. Oh.
Is it forward? And now Houston to the top of the square. Georgiades. Not quite. Motlop. Boak. Fantasia for a second.
Rosebery through the middle of the ground, but there's some tired players out there for the Bombers. They had 3 or 4 chances to turn the ball over on the power there, but just didn't have the running power.
Good.
Last year in defence, attack in the midfield. Back up front this year. Cross the face. Series. They ran into Richmond. Smith from McDonald, Tippenwoody. It's a shot that should be made. It's close to that left post. Laddams. Only a minute 20 on the clock. To full forward. Here's Charlie. He wants one for the road. Left the path clear for Charlie Dixon. 34 goals last year.
What do you think I'll take it? Leave it on. Play on.
Good banner. Kane Farrell wasn't too happy. Siren sounds though. A big day for Ratio Fantasia, but it's the bigger picture for Port Adelaide. And they are laden with talent.